Okay, let's officially begin the first ever lecture from me, by me, for IELTS 2026. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope that everyone has a positive demeanor towards 2026. This may be your year. Okay? All you have to do is claim it. Para kasi nakapinta sa mga mukha nyo right now, parang hindi kayo sure. Hindi nyo yata kine-claim ang victory, okay? So, you know what? It's already done, okay? You're gonna achieve your target band score. All you have to do is manifest it this 2026. And how does that start? It doesn't start with the effort, it starts with the mindset. So, do we have that goal getter mindset? Ask yourself, do I have it? Am I optimistic about getting my target band score? Because it's very important for you to have the right mindset. Why? Because everything starts with the way you think. The words you say, the actions you speak, the actions you project, your habits, your lifestyle, all begins with the way you think. So positive ka ba? Are you already claiming that you're gonna get your target band score this 2026? Can I get a yes?
Yes.
Yes, ganon! Dapat may fighting spirit, dapat may winner mindset, okay? So, as I was saying earlier, it's all about your consistency. It doesn't matter how you started, it doesn't matter how you finish. What matters is your progress in your English proficiency, because this is what IELTS is all about. It's about your English proficiency level. Okay? It's not about the band score. It's kasi walang fail, walang pass sa IELTS. Okay? IELTS is an international English language testing system which assesses your ability to speak English. That's it. So, if hindi mo ma-hit yung target na binigay sa'yo ng company, ng establishment, ng university, ng college, ng employer mo, hindi ibig sabihin nun dapat mo nang i-down yung sarili mo or ma-disappoint ka. Okay? Because if you feel that way, you can automatically stop right after one failure. Nakailang mock test ka pa lang, parang nanghihina ka na or pinanghihinaan ka na ng loob. Tama ba? Kasi tinitingnan mo, iba yung perspective mo eh. So I want you to change your perspective. Okay? IELTS is an English proficiency test which assesses your language skills. So whether you get the target band score or not, it doesn't define you as a whole person. Ganun talaga eh. Yun talaga yung level mo nung nag-start ka. So, you need to work it out. And one important key in order for you to work out your target band score is by staying consistent. Okay? So hopefully, lahat tayo dito may positive outlook sa life. Okay? No room for negativity. Okay? So, it's just how your eyes can focus. So, one day, a pastor taught us a very important lesson about focusing. So, sabi niya, hold your index finger, and just focus on it. Kung mapapansin mo, everything around it is blurry because you're focusing on it. Try. Am I right? Everything around it is blurry because you're focusing on it. So, your index finger symbolizes your goal, your target band score. You gotta focus on it. Yung ibang nakapaligid, like yung discouragement, medyo kasi kakapusin ako financially, or may nangyari na unexpected, those are all distractions. So just focus your eyes on the goal, okay? Yung simpleng tinatamad ka pumasok or tinatamad ka umattend ng Zoom meeting or ng face-to-face class. Distractions na yun. But all you have to do is focus. Be consistent, have a positive mindset. Those are the most important things that you need to have. The soft skills that you need to have. But don't disregard them or don't take them for granted because they're actually the most important ones. Okay. Let's define IELTS once again. IELTS stands for International English Language Testing System. Baka IELTS ka ng IELTS, hindi mo pa alam yung ibig sabihin ng acronyms. Kailangan alam mo yan. Yan pa lang dapat alam mo. Hindi naman sa itatanong yun sa exam, pero kailangan alam mo, right? International English Language Testing System, and it's actually the top one in the world. There are other English proficiency tests like PTE, OET, NCLEX, tama ba? CELPIP, TOEIC. All those English proficiency tests are particularly effective in different industries and in different countries, okay? However, IELTS is the most broad. It's the most commonly required sa mga magmamigrate, study, for those who will apply for student visa, studying abroad. IELTS ang pinaka-standard. So, if you're about to take your IELTS, don't worry, you made the right decision. Okay? Because it is accepted by universities, employers, and governments worldwide. Okay. It measures English proficiency for study, work, and migration. So, iba-iba tayo ng purpose dito. Yung iba, kaya mag-IELTS because you're going to study abroad, which I believe si Eunice, you're going to study abroad, am I right? You're going to continue your senior high in Australia? You're college ka na. So, you just graduated senior high? Okay, I see. So you don't need to continue or soon. You're about to graduate. Okay. Okay. Oo nga, patapos na nga pala yung year. Kailan na nga ang graduation ngayon ng mga senior high? April. On April. Okay. And of course, for those who are planning to work abroad, pinakamarami dito, mag-work abroad, they're taking IELTS. So it really depends on your profession, on your degree, kung anong papasukan mong trabaho abroad. It depends if you're going to take academic, general training, UKVI, or different purposes for IELTS, okay? Yung iba naman, fiancé visa, I think? Or something like that. Okay. So we have these two major types of IELTS. We have the academic. IELTS academic. Again, IELTS academic is for those who are aiming for higher education. As you said, Eunice, you're going to take up college in Australia, so you need to take the IELTS academic test. And I believe for those who already have a bachelor's degree and would like to continue their master's abroad, they should also take academic IELTS, IELTS academic. And then we have IELTS general training or yung naririnig nyo, GT. Okay? General training for skilled workers, training purposes, or migration. Yung mga iba, kahit hindi sila mag-work abroad, they just want to migrate abroad, they're going to take IELTS general training. Ito nakaka-distract yung na yun ah. Is it downstairs? Or sa taas? I feel like it's within the building. Kakapanood ko pa lang ng Stranger Things. Kinakabahan na. Are you watching Stranger Things? Mm. It's a series on Netflix. And they already launched the last season, season 5. Okay. Pag kumurap-kurap na yung mga ilaw, ibig sabihin, nandyan na siya. Okay. Ewan ko lang kung naririnig ng mga nasa Zoom right now, pero medyo may kaingayan dito sa room, sa lecture room. May mga nagko-construction yata. Okay, are we clear in this area? Okay, so the IELTS test format. For those of you who have not yet experienced the mock test, who among you have not taken their mock test yet? Sa mga nasa Zoom, pwede din sumagot ha. Okay. Everyone, nakapag-mock test naman na? You have an option to choose if you're going to take the full test or just one part. Okay, for those of you who do not know yet, pwede nyo actually gawin yung mock test in the convenience of your home. Okay? If you have a laptop or a desktop, I don't recommend tablets or cell phones kasi masyadong maliit yung screen. And, you know, when you're using your tablets, iPads, phones, ang daming notifications na nagpa-pop up, madidistract ka. Okay? So it's much better use a desktop, use a laptop when taking your mock test, and don't get distracted. Or might as well come to the review center. We're open every Tuesday and Thursday for your computer mock tests. So we have 60 minutes for the listening test. Meron tayong ilang parts. Ilang audio files ang maririnig natin sa listening test? 4. It's divided into 4 parts. Okay? So kailangan dito ng matinding time management. But don't worry, kasi ma-manage nyo naman ng maayos yung time nyo. Why? Hindi naman marireplay ang audio ng listening. Okay? But I do have some updates about listening test later in our next few slides. Okay? So, the audio cannot be repeated anymore. It can only be played once. So, if you have 60 minutes allotted for your listening test, 4 parts, 4 different audio files, it means 15 minutes per test is allocated. Did I do the math right? Yes, right? 15, 15, 15, 15. Okay. On your reading test, you have 3 different parts, 3 different reading passages. You are expected to spend 20 minutes on each. Reading and answering. Okay? But again, you won't really need to read the whole passage. Skimming and scanning techniques should be applied in your reading test. And writing, of course, ito yung kinatatakutan ng lahat ng students. Everyone is intimidated when it comes to the writing test. Why? Eunice, have you ever tried doing a writing mock test? Not yet. Which mock test pa lang nagawa mo?
So it's
One pa lang. Okay. Listening is the easiest. So, you have not ever experienced speaking mock test either. Hindi ka pa naka-attend ng coaching session with either me or Sir Kevin. Oh, you need to do that this year. It's supposed to be done on a weekly basis. I'm not only talking to Eunice, I'm talking to everyone in this Zoom meeting and in this class. John, have you experienced speaking mock test with me? Parang once, di ba? Once, nag-mock test tayo. And with Sir Kevin? Hindi pa. Once pa lang. Pero okay lang because you just recently enrolled, di ba? Last December? Pero tandaan, kailangan ngayon ang mock test sa speaking weekly. Naka-schedule po yun every Thursday. At parang ayaw nyo. Ba't ganyan yung mga mukha nyo ngayon? No, mga nakakulot yung kilay na parang, kailangan ba talaga? Sa speaking skills enhancement major lecture natin, you have to understand how important it is for you to undergo mock tests on a weekly basis. Speaking mock tests and even writing coaching, okay? So, the speaking test is the shortest among the 4 components of IELTS. Nagka-typo error lang ako dito. Speaking test is ideally going to last 12 to 15 minutes depending on how much you speak. Hi, good morning. So if you're going to, it depends on the testing center, whether you're going to have your interview face-to-face with an actual person or it's going to be virtual. But both of them live. Okay? Hindi recorded. Hindi porket computer-based test ang kukunin mo and naka-record lang yung mag-i-interview sa'yo. No. It's live. On the spot nangyayari simultaneously. I mean, one by one yung candidates. But hindi naka-record. What I mean is hindi naka-record si examiner. Kung ano siya, naka-live siya habang kausap ka niya. Like a video call setup. Okay? Any questions about the IELTS test format? Have I met you before?
yes.
Your name is? Ethel.
Have the further studies in the GP. If you remember us last November.
Ah.
Yeah. And I'm not regularly coming back.
Okay.
But I'm online.
You mean to say we took the concordance study together?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's why your face looks familiar. Okay. And then eventually you wanted to start the review.
I started the last year, but I'm not being regularly coming as a regular student here for the
Classes.
but I'm taking it online or doing it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So as I was saying earlier, before you came, 2026 is your year. Claim it. Okay? So, sana consistent na lahat na pumasok at mag-review. Whether you do it alone or in the review center, just stay consistent, stay locked in, okay? So, I won't further discuss this because I believe everyone in this room and everyone in Zoom have already experienced the mock test. So, buti na lang diniscuss ko kasi yung iba pala dito, listening pala ang natatake. Okay. Have you attended any coaching session, speaking coaching session?
Not yet.
It's scheduled every Thursday from 9 to around 1 p.m. Pag andito ko, extend siya na hanggang 2 p.m. Okay? But if Sir Kevin is here, I think hanggang 12 lang siya nandito or before lunch because he does it faster than I do. Okay? So yeah, I'm encouraging everyone to be more diligent in your writing outputs. Kailangan writing task 1, writing task 2, makapagpa-check kayo at least once a week. Okay? Especially when Sir Kevin is here. He's really an expert when it comes to the writing test. All right. Next, we're going to talk about the band score system. Before the year ended last 2025, I did a lecture about band scores. It was part of my last lecture, second week of December. And I did send links of band descriptors on our group chat to schedule. If you've received that, na-receive niyo ba yun? Are you part of that schedule, GC? Not yet? If you're not yet part of it, please add either me or Sir Kevin so we can add you. Kasi we have to be friends on Facebook before we can give you the invitation link. All right? So sa Wong Chong naman, makikita nyo yung account ko doon. Add me. Tapos once na add ko na kayo sa GC, unfriend nyo na lang ako. Huy! In-unfriend. Hindi, joke lang. Are you part of the group chat? Mm-hmm. Eh, bakit na name ka pumasok? Joke lang. I'm just kidding, Eunice. Ang aga mo. Siguro malayo yung bahay nyo. Malayo ba? Where? From where? How many hours does it take you to get here?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. So it's not that far. You just don't like being late. Okay, Ethel, I'm adding you now. John, are you part of the group chat? Are you part of the group chat? Yung schedule? Di ka yata sure.
Schedule 2.0?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're already part of it?
Yeah.
Huh, unfriend na kita ulit. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will be sending you the links kung saan nyo makikita yung band descriptors. But basically, I'm gonna give you a summary of the band descriptors. Let me give you the general overview first. Scores range from 0 to band 9. Of course, you're not gonna get a 0 if you try the exam because definitely may record ka naman, may level ka naman. But you will only get a 0, of course, if you fail to show up during the examination dates. That's the only time that you get a 0. Pero since nag-enroll kayo dito sa 9.09 English, Kabanatuan, we're expecting you to get a band 9. Uy, no pressure, no pressure. Okay, so another thing about the band score system is that each skill is scored individually. What are those 4 skills? Okay, mga mukhang hindi nagkape. Kakasabi lang, oh. Listening, reading, writing, speaking. Those are the 4 skills. So each skill will be given, you will be given a band score. And if you tie them up, get the average, then you get your OBS or overall band score. Naririnig nyo yan, registers in IELTS, OBS, 1 skill retake. Ano yun? We're gonna talk about that too. today, okay? So you're gonna get your overall band score when you get your average from those 4 skills, okay? That determines your English proficiency level. Okay, so here is another summarization of your band descriptors, okay? Hang on. So if you have band 1, which I think no one naman from our students have ever gotten a band score lower than 3.5. So if you get a band 1, it means you're a non-user, okay? You can only say a few isolated words in English, like yes, no, maybe. Pinoyhen nyo pala. Yes, no, maybe. Okay. Inside, outside, open, close, band 1. You only have a band 1 in IELTS, okay? And then intermittent user or great difficulty understanding, that's band 2. Hirap na hirap makaintindi, halos hindi na mag-gets yung sinasabi ng kausap, band 2. Okay? Cannot communicate in full sentences. Probably words and phrases lang, pero very intermittent. When we say intermittent, paputol-putol. Choppy, ganon. Walang signal. Okay? Number 3, band 3. You are a band 3. You get a band 3 if you are an extremely limited user. Pero syempre, medyo nakakaintindi ka naman pag pag nasa band 3 ka, you do understand English, it's just that you can't speak it on your own, okay? May ganun kasi eh. Nakakaintindi naman, pero hindi lang ma-express yung sarili using oral skills, okay? Band 4, limited user, basic competence in familiar situations. You get a band score kapag ang kaya mo lang i-handle na topics ay yung mga pamilyar ka. Like yung mga hobbies, everyday situations, or work-related topics. Pero hindi mo kayang i-discuss ang mga political topics, global issues in English. Okay? Hindi ko sinasabing hindi mo kaya in general. Hindi mo lang kaya kasi hindi ganun ka-level up pa ang vocabulary and lexical resource mo at saka sentence construction mo. Kaya band 4 pa lang yung level mo. Okay? So, for band 5, you are described as a modest user. Modest. When we say modest, okay naman. Naiintindihan naman yung sinasabi mo most of the time. Okay? And then, when you have a band 5, you have a tendency to make frequent mistakes. Yes, you can make complete sentences already when you are in that band 5, but despite the fact that you can make complete sentences, you make a lot of errors in grammar, in lexical resource, in pronunciation, in spelling, okay? Spelling, punctuations, yan. Okay. So, for general training students, ito lang naman yung kailangan yung ma-achieve na levels. 4 and 5. Diba? Band 4 and 5. Which is limited user and modest user. Okay? Yung tipong kaya mo namang kumumpleto ng mga idea in English at sentences. Kaso nga lang, hirap ka makabuo ng error-free sentences. Okay? Now, ngayon naman, angat tayo sa academic level. We have band 6. If you are a band 6, it's guaranteed that you are a competent user of the English language. When we say competent, ipasok sa debate. Charis, hindi. Hindi naman pang debate pa yung band 6, pero meron na siyang effective communication skills. Ibig sabihin, mabilis niyang naiintindihan ang mga nababasa niya at naririnig niya at mabilis lang din siyang makaresponse. Okay? However, si Band 6 ay may mga errors pa din, pero hindi na kasing frequent ng errors ng nasa Band 5. And then we have Band 7, described as a good user of the English language. So a Band 7 person, a person who's in the Band 7, generally has effective command of the English language and very seldom errors. Pag sinabi natin seldom, bihira na lang magkamali. Siyempre, mga lalaki lang yan kasi mga babae hindi nagkakamali yan. Lagi kaming tama. Tama ba yan? Just kidding. Okay, so Band 7, good user. Band 8 naman, very good user. Ayun, na very good din. Okay, when you're a Band 8, you're a very good user of the English language. You can handle topics which have abstract context. You can already debate and you can reason out effortlessly. Okay? So, ano ang kulang sa Band 8 para maging perfect siya? Meron pa rin siyang occasional inappropriate use of language. Occasional lang. Ibig sabihin, mas bihira pa sa bihira. Okay? And then, of course, we have the Band 9, which is an expert user of the English language. Expert. Meaning, kahit anong topic, paikot-ikutin mo pa yung tanong, kaya niyang sagutin. Kaya kanyang i-correct, ganun. Iko-correct niya, examiner, I think you made a mistake with that question. Just kidding, hindi naman ganun. Hindi naman tayo makikipag-away sa examiner, okay? Pero si Band 9, definitely, that person has full operational command in English. Are we clear with all the band descriptors? General lang yon, ha? Meron pa rin tayong specific. Kasi bawat band descriptor, meron tayo sa coherence, meron tayo sa fluency, okay? So I'm gonna send that link of the PDF file so that you can review band descriptors. Why are we reviewing the band score system? Oh, inaantok na si Eunice, di ba? Wala bang mas exciting na topic, ma'am? Kasi you need to identify where you are right now in order for you to determine kung anong level na yung next mong pupuntahan. Kasi you can't jump from band 4 to band 8 real quick. It doesn't work that way. Band 4 muna, level up ka sa band 5, pag nagamay mo na, saka mo i-target na i-level up sa band 6. Walang instant sa mundong to kundi noodles. Okay? There's no shortcut to success. You have to undergo the process. Okay? As I was saying earlier, it really depends on your consistency, on your positive mindset, and of course, on your focus. So, wag i-pressure masyado yung sarili. Kung band 4 ka pa lang ngayon, okay lang yan. Take your time. Don't be affected by what your parents or your uncles, aunties are telling you. Kasi 14K, mas mamahal pa nga ngayon yung exams this 2026. So, one of the common mistakes why people don't reach their target band score on the first take is kasi nagmadaling magpa-schedule ng exam. So, don't do that mistake, okay? Take your time. If hindi ka pa nakaka-receive ng positive feedback from both your coaches, me and Sir Kevin, wag mo nang ituloy. Kung hindi pa consistent yung nakukuha mong scores sa 4 components of IELTS, don't take the risk yet. Okay? The perfect time for you to take your IELTS test is kapag ang target mo, ang nire-require sa yung band score ay band 6, tapos nakakakuha ka na ng 6.5 at 7. Okay? Kailangan let's aim at least one level higher before taking your test para kapag tinake mo na yung test, kahit na meron kang konting agam-agam, sure ka pa rin na makukuha mo yung target band score mo. You get the Point? So ngayon, let's make a little bit of a self-evaluation. Nililista nyo ba kung ano yung mga nakukuha nyong band score kapag nag-mock test kayo? Kailangan nire-record nyo yan para alam nyo kung nag-i-improve kayo. Okay? Your time is precious. And it's much better if you track your records. Because if you don't like digits, if you don't like looking at statistics, mahirapan kang i-achieve yung next level. Right? So, i-record mo kung ano na yung nakukuha mong band score para alam mo, okay, this January, ito muna yung nakukuha ko, band 7, band 5 pa lang nakukuha ko ngayong January. I-aim mo ngayon, February, 5.5. I'm not pressuring you to jump to 6 right away. Kasi nga, hindi naman ganun yun kadali. Okay? Even native speakers have a hard time getting a higher band score. Kung hindi nyo nalalaman, nag-start ako sa band 5. Kasi na-shock din ako sa IELTS. I didn't really know how difficult it was. Especially reading and writing. Naka-band 5 lang ako. Okay? Kasi even though you're advanced level, iba pa rin ang IELTS. It's not a typical exam, di ba? You need to build familiarity. So, self-evaluation. Baka mamaya yung mga nakaka-band 7 na last year, bumalik kayo sa band 6, ha? Ayan, hindi kasi consistent. Okay, before we move on to the next topic, let's have a quick 5-minute break. Okay? So sa mga nasa Zoom, CR break muna kayo or coffee break. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, any questions about the band score system? Yung link, send ko sa ulit dito para hindi na kayo mag-back read. This is the British Council homepage. Okay. And then, i-navigate nyo lang yung website. Makikita nyo na dyan yung iba't ibang band descriptors. Kasi may band descriptors yan sa bawat component. Sa listening, sa reading, writing, and speaking. Okay? So, i-navigate nyo lang. Okay. Ito naman yung link na ginagamit natin for your mock tests. All you have to do is log in, sign up muna, and then log in na lang every time you want to take the mock test. Okay, send them on the group chat. Let's proceed to the next slide. All right, this is what you've all been waiting for. We're going to discuss the major updates for IELTS 2026. So first of all, there's an increased use of computer-delivered IELTS. Medyo nabubura na sa listahan ang pen and paper-based test. Wala nang masyadong interesado, pero may ilan-ilan pa rin, lalo na yung mga hindi computer literate or hindi sanay gumamit ng gadgets like laptops, computers, okay? But for those naman na usually kayo, yung generation nyo, I believe everyone is competent in that area. So, faster results. 1 to 5 days, depending on the testing center that you've booked your exam and took your exam at. But if you're going to take your exam here in Cabanatuan, It's actually 24 hours. Within 24 hours, you get the results already. Ang bilis nung sa atin, no? Last 2024. Yes, even less than 24 hours, I got my results. And I was so shocked because I was expecting it Monday. We took the test Saturday and I was expecting it Monday, but it already showed up Sunday. All right, so let me just get more into the details. Hang on, please. Mhm. Okay, here. So the goal of IELTS this 2026 is to make it more accessible for everyone. That's why they are going to have IELTS available online. Like PTE. In some countries, PTE tests can be taken in the convenience of your home. Okay? So I think that's what they're gonna do since they're competing also against other English proficiency tests. Okay, and let me discuss the first one again. So why is IELTS placing so much emphasis on the increased use of computer-delivered tests instead of using traditional pen and paper-based tests? Why? Because more test centers offer computer-based exams compared to pen and paper-based exams. Here in Cabanatuan, we have. Did I smile? Okay. So that's one of the reasons, of course. And then listening, reading, and writing are done on a computer, which guarantee faster and more efficient results. It matters for us to have this new update. Why? Because everything is assessed faster when done via computer. And more test dates are available if you take the computer-based test. Sa Pampanga na lang ata merong pen and paper. Tama po ba, sir? Which is the nearest that you can go to, if ever. And another reason why they wanted more computer-based tests rather than paper-based tests is for candidates to have better time management with the use of the tools such as highlighting, copy pasting, and on-screen timer. Kasi pag pen and paper based, wala ka namang sariling timer. You cannot actually have your phones on your desks, right? So may isang timer lang. However, if you take the computer-based test, it's all personalized for you. Okay? All right, faster results. It will especially benefit those who are in a rush, those who have deadlines or urgent university or visa deadlines. And of course, when you get faster results, it will reduce your stress and anticipation. Because when you anticipate the test for too long, it's going to stress you out more. Back. That's why you just want to get it done with. Now, the third one, wider availability of IELTS online in some countries. I have not received any update if it's available in the Philippines, but once it is, we'll let you know. But it's only for academic. Hindi sakop yung iba, okay? As of now, yun pa lang. And the downside of it, if you take your IELTS online, yung hindi sa testing center, hindi siya accepted by all immigration authorities. It really depends on the university or organization kung tatanggapin ba nila yung online exam ng IELTS. When I say online, you can have it in the convenience of your home. Okay? All right, now another part of this lecture that everyone wants to know about is exam content updates. I did give a few last year. I did mention na sa reading, mas pinadali na ngayon ang reading. Hindi na siya matching headlines. Less frequency na lumabas yung matching headlines, which is actually one of the most difficult parts of reading, right? Also sa mga hindi ba nakakapag-reading mock test, you have no idea what I'm talking about. So you better start taking your reading mock test, okay? So there's part of the reading mock test for your information, Eunice, na matching headlines. It defeats the strategy which Sir Kevin and I are giving you guys, which is, hindi mo naman kailangan basahin lahat, right? Pero kapag lumabas kasi yung matching headlines, maoobliga kang basahin, right? Because you need to make sure that it really matches the paragraph, right? So, isa sa mga updates this 2026, babawasan na yung frequency ng matching headlines. Ang ipapalit nila ay matching. Nasa isang slide ko yun eh. Babalikan ko yun at i-update ko kayo. Ayokong magbigay ng wrong info, okay? For the sake of just saying it, okay? Babalikan ko yung isa kong slide and sabihin ko sa inyo kung ano yung pinalit nila sa matching headlines. Pero wag kayong mag-alala, mas madali. Mas madali naman yung ipinalit, okay? Yung frequency lang naman. Hindi ko sinasabing never nang lalabas ang matching headlines, ha? Lalabas pa rin, pero binawasan lang ang frequency. Kasi yun yung nagpapahirap sa reading eh.
Yeah. Claro.
Mm-hmm. Because it's gonna consume a lot of your time. Mind you, the reading test is divided into 3 parts. 3 different passages. Not just passages, complex passages. Brain draining. Brain bleeding passages. Nakakadugo talaga siya ng brain. Even my weakness is the reading component of IELTS. I got the lowest score on that one.
Same.
Yeah, right? Bigla akong na-question yung sarili ko. Parang, alam mo, confident ka na ganito, okay naman yung English skills mo. Tapos, pagdating sa IELTS results mo, nakaano ka lang sa reading. Mapapa-self-doubt ka na lang talaga eh. Di ba? So it's all about technique. It's all about logic. Hindi siya just about reading eh. Yung IELTS, you have to be logical and you have to be analytical. Critical thinking skills mo kailangan gumagana. Kasi if not, wala kang presence of mind, talagang hindi mo makukuha yung target mong band score sa reading, yeah, IELTS in general. So, another one, number 2 is clear question instructions. Hindi na daw nakakalito ang mga tanong. Sa totoo lang, maraming task description na lilituhin ka eh, no? Even sa speaking, ang task 2 ng speaking, di ba meron tayong task cards? May mga questions doon na parang ang vague. Parang pwede mong i-interpret in many ways. But this time, in 2026, they are promising clear question instructions. Buti naman. Huwag niyo kaming minamind games. Nagbayad kami ng 14K dito. Di ba? Okay. And definitely improved listening audio quality. Sino ba naman ang hindi masasatisfy kung mas clear ang audio quality? Ang gustong i-reassure sa inyo dito sa improved listening audio quality. One, clear sound quality. Technical side to ah. It's a technical feature which we all benefit from. Because in listening, in order for you to focus, kailangan clear yung audio, right? Balance volume and reduce background noise. Okay? And more natural accents. Ito pinaka-favorite ko na sa update na ilalagay nila. More natural accents without distortion. Pa. Ngayon, re-reviewin ko pa ba ma'am ang Australian accent, British accent? Yes, kailangan. You still need to familiarize your ears when it comes to different accents in English. Kasi, what are the odds of you getting a British accent or an Australian accent in your audio listening, right? What are the odds? If the odds are not in your favor, talagang matatapat sa'yo si Australian accent sa listening. Okay, we were on a road trip last weekend, and then my aunt, who studied in Australia a few years ago, she was telling us about how Australian people would pronounce words so differently and vaguely. Na yung pangalan daw ng asawa niya is John Patrick. John Patrick, di ba? In Tagalog, Patrick. In Filipino accent, Patrick lang naman, di ba? Pero dun kasi sa Australia, Patrick. Patrick. Ganun daw yung pagkaka-pronounce ng name ng asawa niya. Lokang-loka daw siya. So, nag-stick ngayon sa isip ko yung Patrick. John Patrick. Alright, so, yes, i-familiarize niyo pa rin yung mga sarili ninyo sa Australian British accent kung hirap kayo doon. How? Watch movies, listen to podcasts, YouTube videos, any online resource that you could get in order for you to immerse your ears in those kinds of accents. Do it, okay? Pero pinapromise naman ni IELTS na magiging okay na this time. Mas magiging natural. Mas magiging natural na daw ang accent. Hindi na daw masyadong mahirap intindihin. Which is good, right? What are the benefits of improved listening audio quality? First, there are fairer testing conditions worldwide. Okay? So pag tupad na nila yung changes na to, mas magiging fair na. Better understanding of key information. Yes, kasi minsan, dahil sa ang hirap intindihin ng accent, may mga key information tayong nami-miss out. Tama ba? And reduce stress caused by unclear audio. Reduce stress caused by difficult accent. Right? Okay. What else? So overall, the exam content updates, yung three general updates na yan, they will make IELTS more realistic. They will improve fairness and clarity, reduce avoidable errors, and reflect real English usage. So ano bang gagawin natin? Patuloy pa rin tayong mag-practice ng real-life topics. Okay? Actually, isa sa mga updates when it comes to the content, especially sa speaking, ang mga magiging tanong na raw ngayon, real-life situations. More on that. Mababawasan na yung um magkakaroon pa rin naman ng mga topics about social awareness, about society, environmental issues. Pero mas dadagdagan na nila ngayon yung real life situation topics, which is good. Kasi you can express yourself better if those topics are familiar, right? Any questions? Huh? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now let's talk about one skill retake. So sabihin na natin hindi kayo masyadong pinalad pagdating sa isang component ng inyong IELTS test. Okay. You have the chance to do one skill retake. Let's say, kinulang ka lang ng 0.5 sa reading, okay, or sa writing. So, kesa magbayad ka ng buong fee at i-take ulit yung buong exam, mag one skill retake ka na lang. So, may mga students na nagtatanong, ano ba mas okay, ma'am? Magpa-recheck or magpa one skill retake? Pareho namang may bayad. Pero, ang recheck ng bawat skill ay nasa 6,000. Recheck. 5 to 6,000. It ranges between 5 to 6,000 pesos. Okay? Ang pag-take naman ang one skill retake naman ay around 9,000 pesos. Depending on the testing center. Okay? But the full fee of the whole exam is 14K. Cheaper pa rin si one skill retake. At isa sa mga advantages ng one skill retake, nakafocus ka na lang sa specific skill na yon. Right? When do we do the one skill retake? Of course, kapag isang skill lang yung kinulang. Pero kung kinulang ka ng 3 skill, syempre, uulitin mo na yung buong exam. Kesa naman mag one skill retake ka sa bawat isa, 9 times 3. 20, ano yun? 20, how much is that? 27. 27K yun. Dinoble mo yung presyo ng isang full test. Right? So, syempre, mag-one skill retake ka lang kapag one skill lang yung kinulang sa'yo. Ang recheck kasi, applicable lang siya sa mga taong confident talaga sa naging performance nila sa test. Pero alam nilang parang alam mo, may gut feeling ka, discrepancy lang yung result. Alam ko, pag pina-recheck ko yan, halimbawa sa writing, kinulang ka ng 0.5, alam mo naman yung sarili mo. Dinoble check mo naman, tinriple check mo naman, confident ka sa naging sagot mo at sa skills mo. That's when that's when you apply for a recheck. Pero it's risky pa din kasi mahal eh. Di ba? So, depende na lang talaga sa'yo yun. Kung ano yung gut feeling mo, kung ano yung assessment mo sa sarili mo, kung worth it ba talagang magbayad ng recheck. Tsaka, pag napatunayan naman na nagkamali sila sa pag-check, ibabalik naman yung payment mo. Right? You only lose the payment if wala namang nagbago sa score. Gets? Wait lang. My throat is getting dried. Ngayon lang ulit kasi ako nag-lecture ng ganito katagal. Okay. You have to be very careful din naman. Why? Hindi lahat ng organization tumatanggap ng one skill retake. Kagaya ng sa Canada, may isa akong student, sabi sa akin, Ma'am, ayaw pong ipa-one skill retake nung university na ina-applyan ko. Gustong ipa-ulit yung buong test. I-sure mo muna kung tumatanggap sila ng one skill retake or kailangan mong ulitin yung buong test kesa magdoble-doble ka pa ng bayad, right? Ito lang naman if hindi mo na-achieve yung target band score mo. Poproblemahin mo lang to if that's the case. Mhm. Nakahalo-halo na yung iba, guys. Wait. Okay. Unfortunately, one skill retake is not available in all countries and test centers. But it is available for both academic and general training candidates. So, ang mangyayari, so ito yung certificate mo ng, do you already know what it looks like? The certificate? Yeah. For those na hindi pa, may picture nyo dun, tapos nakalagay yung score nyo sa bawat skill. Ngayon, pag nag-one skill retake ka, bibigyan ka nila ng panibagong certificate, babaguhin lang yung isang skill mo na kinapos ka. Pero, matatanggap mo yung bagong certificate na achieve mo na yung target band score. Okay? Ganon ang mangyayari. At mas maganda yon kasi kesa mas stress kang aralin lahat ulit ng 4 components, dun ka lang nakafocus sa isang skill. Okay? I don't think you have any questions on this area. Meron ba? Yung mga Zoom participants natin, very tahimik. Okay, we have speaking test updates. Speaking test. Before ako magbigay ng updates, bibigyan ko muna kayo ng quick reminder of how the speaking test is conducted. All right? For all of you who are going to take the computer-based IELTS test here in Cabanatuan, in our testing center, yung mismong pinagmamock test nyo, yun na yung part na, yun na yung area na kung saan kayo mag-exam. Testing center din kasi yan eh. Isa lang sa mga perks ng mga reviewees namin dito is you have access to that room Tuesdays and Thursdays for mock tests. Which is optional kasi sabi ko nga, pwede mo naman din gawin sa bahay nyo. It's just that there are factors such as your house may not be a conducive place for having your mock test kasi distracting yung noise or kung sino mang nakaka-distract sa bahay nyo, di ba? So, we also have, before ka mag-enter ng test ng computer room, meron pang isang maliit na room doon, which is the speaking room. Have you been there? Not yet. You have, right? So, ang setup, may big white table in the center of the room. There's a computer, and you are gonna be seated across from the device. There's a web camera, and you're gonna spend roughly 12 to 15 minutes in that speaking room accomplishing the 3 tasks in your interview. So we have task 1, task 2, and 3. Naka-attend na ba kayo ng speaking skills enhancement or major lecture? Hindi pa. If you, mapaplot yon within this month. So attend kayo nun if you feel like speaking is your weakness when it comes to IELTS. Or kahit hindi mo na-feel na weakness mo yun, kung hindi mo pa na-attendan yung lecture na yon, do attend it for better familiarity. Okay? So, sa task 1, i-interviewin ka ni examiner about you, basically. All topics will revolve around your habit, your hobbies, your likes and dislikes, your favorites. Sa task 2 naman, situational topics. Medyo level up tayo ng konti kasi hindi na to easy level questions. Sa task 2 kasi, papakita sa'yo yung main question, may bullet questions kang sasagutan, at hindi ito batuhan ng questions anymore. You're gonna be given a minute to prepare, and 2 minutes to fully express your thoughts in English ng tuloy-tuloy. Okay? And then we have task 3, which is the most difficult and most challenging part of the speaking test. So sa task 3, mas complex na yung mga topics, social topics, environmental topics, world topics, world news. Ganun, okay? One of the updates is that it focuses on natural conversation and clarity. So, wag na kayong mag-attempt na mag-memorize ng anything. Kasi useless din naman yan. Mag-gauge ka ni examiner whether you memorize something or not. Alam na alam niya if meron ka mang memorize or ginamit na template. Kasi expert na sila sa pag-assess ng speaking skills ng isang tao. So definitely, they would know. So, walang ibang paraan kundi i-improve mo ang speaking skills mo. And how are you gonna do that? Daily practice. Language can only be polished if it's used on a daily basis. Okay? So, every chance you get, speak in English. Wala naman sigurong nakakahiya dun, di ba? Nakaka-intimidate lang kasi iniisip mo, ang arte ng tingin sa akin kasi nag-i-English ako. But you know what? May target ka, di ba? May goal ka. Now, what people say about you is just a distraction. If you need to practice English on a daily basis, if you need to go to the cafe and practice English, why not? Right? Wala namang masama doon. Nasa thinking mo lang yon. If niisip mong baka nakakahiya, baka sabihin ng arte, ganyan. But I don't really think it's something that you should be intimidated about. Actually, in fact, you have to be proud of it, that you can actually communicate using different languages. Okay? So, ako rin, when I stopped using the language that I learned when I was in elementary, I used to be multilingual. I could speak 3 languages fluently. However, nung lumipat na kami sa Philippines, I stopped using that one. So, hindi ko na siya kayang... I mean, I can still speak the language, but not as fluent as I used to. Like, if they talk in front of me, I would understand what they're saying. Pero siguro, band 4 na lang ako sa language na yon. Kasi nga, hindi na siya part ng system ko. It has to be part of your system. Okay? It has to be part of your daily life. Topics may reflect current global issues. Okay. Well, dati rin naman. Pero, tataasan na nila ang frequency ng global issues. What are the global issues? Sige. Check natin. Current global issues. So we have, hindi naman to nawawala, climate change and environmental crisis. Wars. Updated ba tayo sa mga nangyayari sa Ukraine, sa Gaza, Valenzuela, the most recent one, yeah. Economic instability and inflation. Those topics. Reviewin natin, ha? Sige, ililista ko para naman baka tinatamad kayong i-review eh. Global health challenges. Yan. Technological change and AI. This is a very important topic that you should be aware of. Migration and refugee crisis. Yes, normally you should know about it since you are about to migrate, right? Poverty and inequality, human right issues, food and water security. These are the most current global issues. Most na nga current pa. Redundant. Okay, I'm gonna type it here on our GC. Yan. Magbasa-basa kayo ng mga news articles about these current global issues. Isa-isa lang. One day, isang issue, basahin mo, right? At least meron kang nadagdag sa iyong kaalaman. Diba? And don't be so worried about it. Remember in the speaking subtest, it's not an intellectual test. You're not gonna invent. You're not gonna invent, okay? You're going to be honest with the examiner. If you do not know anything about that specific issue, wag mo nang ipilit at baka magkamali ka ng magkakanda bulol-bulol ka, magkakanda mali-mali ka sa lexical resource at sa grammatical structure. Okay, so now, binigay ko sa inyo yung listahan ng tatlo ng current global issues. I want you to do your part. Search one, and we will discuss it now. You have your phones, right? Okay. Sa mga nasa Zoom, go ahead, search one, and pwede nyong isend yung link, pwede nyong sabihin lang yung headline. Okay, I'm giving you 2 minutes for that. Kasi alam ko, nakatama rin kayo pag uwi nyo ng bahay. Ngayon yung gawin. Okay, what did you come up with? The mga nasa Zoom, please drop your answers in the chat thread. I'll be waiting. Kahit yung title lang ng article o kaya yung link. Basta global issue. Current global issue. Yes? Ano yung nahanap mo?
This type.
Yeah, yeah.
How will Venezuela pave the way for the surgeon US, I don't know how to read this, but hegemony,
Mm-hmm.
hegemony, hegemony.
I've not heard that word. Can you tell me the spelling?
HEGMO hegemony and hegemony.
Okay.
How Venezuela pave the way for the surgeon.
Hegemony. Mm-hmm. Hegemony is a word which means strong leadership or dominance in one country. Okay.
Vocabulary.
Yes, new vocabulary unlocked. All right. In the early hours of today, January 3, a Delta Force team carried out a surgical bombing and offensive raid in strategic operational sites in northern Venezuela. As I write this piece from the capital, Caracas, where I have lived for 30 years, I can attest to the sheer horror and shock of bombshells echoing through an empty and quiet night as the equally dazzling sound of engines and helixes made it clear to family that this wasn't an ordinary exercise from the Venezuelan military, nor one of many parties and fireworks that the government likes to throw, unannounced in late evenings. Like an earthquake, the bombshells shook the earth. Irrational frenzy. Hours later, we learned that these were Chinook helicopters, that they had all but destroyed the Fuerte Tijuana holdout, where the military university and headquarters are located. Yes, this is a good topic. Pasok siya sa category ng pasok siya sa category ng yes, war and geopolitical conflicts. Okay, how about the others? What did you guys find? Philippines faces. Okay, yes, you have to be aware of your own country's dilemmas, right? Philippines facing. Can you say that again?
Faces,
Uh-huh.
depending faces.
Deepening crisis. Okay. Hence, ang pagtaas ng lahat ng bili. It's so expensive, right? Actually, uh, produce becomes expensive when the supply is limited, right? and the demand is high. So, yeah, we are facing food crisis. Alarming rates of hunger and food insecurity driven by high food prices. Ayan. High food prices, low income, climate change, and economic instability due to corruption. Doon talaga magma-meltdown yon, 'di ba? 27% of families are affected. Feel ko part ako doon. I mean, it's not something to joke about, but really, ramdam natin yung inflation, right? Everything is so expensive nowadays. Yeah. I think it's like 3 meals. So, mag-OMAD na lang siguro tayong lahat. You know yung OMAD? 1 meal a day. Other topics. Pwede rin ang sports. Maging global topic din ang sports, right? Kaya ako pinagawa sa inyo yan kasi baka tamarin kayo mamaya pag uwi nyo sa bahay. At least ngayon, somehow, you pick up the habit, right? Sana nga talaga maging habit kasi it takes 21 consistent days to form a habit. Okay. IELTS Global Issue on Sports refers to common themes and debate topics about sports. Did you know that sports can highly affect the tourism of a country? Yeah. So if tourism is affected, the economy can also boom, right? Because sports is a way of commercializing a country. Ayan, i-search nyo rin yon. Okay. Yung mga Zoom participants natin, feel ko natutulog na silang lahat. Walang nagbigay ng entry. Alright, so yan. Be updated with current issues, global issues especially. How to prepare for, we're about to end the slide, by the way. How to prepare for IELTS 2026. Yes, you have to practice using computer-based tests. Yun nga, mag-mock test kayo at least 3 times a week. Yung dalawa dito, yung isa sa bahay nyo, if you have enough time, okay? One of the techniques that I found effective for me, it can be subjective, kasi baka hindi effective to sa inyo, pero effective siya sa akin. What I do is, I focus on one skill before I move on to the next. I focus on improving my listening score first, and then when I already am getting consistent score in listening test, I move on to the next, which is reading. Ganun yung ginagawa ko. Okay? So, you have to improve your time management as well. Kasi nga, isa sa mga dahilan kung ba't di mo na-reach yung target band score mo kasi kinakapos ka sa oras. Para bang ang tagal ng 60 minutes, pero pag ginagawa mo na yung test, ang bilis lang niya, right? Kasi nga, kadalasan, kinukulang sa oras. Build vocabulary for modern topics. I've always been emphasizing the importance of vocabulary and lexical resource because it's the foundation of language. Kung hindi mo i-enhance or pagyayamanin ang vocabulary bank mo, there's no way for you to read, write, and understand and speak English effectively. You really need to hone your vocabulary bank. Okay? And of course, another general fact about preparation for IELTS is that iba kasi yung nagre-review ka pero naka-enroll ka lang. Right? Kesa sa nagre-review ka pero locked in ka sa pagre-review. May mga students kasi nasabi lang na, okay, nagbayad ako ng review, pumapasok ako sa klase every time na may lecture, Pero ang totoo, hindi naman talaga focus. May mga ganong students. So, huwag tayong ganon, okay? Mag-lock in tayo, meaning, maging consistent tayo sa daily practice ng IELTS. Although, kahit may mga days na wala naman talagang pasok like Sunday, Monday, right? Pero hindi ko naman sinabing wala na kayong ibang aatipagan kundi IELTS. Syempre, you need to get a break as well. Like, wag naman tayong umabot sa burnout stage. Okay. So, IELTS 2026 focuses on flexibility and accessibility. Flexibility, why? Kasi in-update na nila ang mga questions at topics, which will be more student-friendly. Okay? Hindi na siya, kumbaga, binibigyan niya kayo ng motivation na hindi na siya ganun kahirap this 2026. At mas magiging fair na sila ngayon sa pag-check at sa pag-evaluate ng exams ninyo. Accessibility because you can access it via online sa ibang mga bansa. Philippines, I'm not sure yet if kailan. Understanding the format helps boost confidence. Format. Kasi, i-compare mo yung sarili mo nung una kang nag-mock test ng IELTS. Everything was so alien, right? Ang hirap niya. But after several weeks and months of practicing and being familiar with the format of the test, somehow you gain familiarity. And familiarity builds confidence. And that's what you need in order for you to achieve your target band score. Okay? Consistent practice is key to success. Di ko na alam kung ilang beses ko sinabi yung word na consistency today. Pero yun talaga yung key. To be consistent. Okay, so, yun lang naman. Any further questions? Questions that you would like to ask? Mag-open forum tayo ngayon. Magsabi na kayo ng mga sama ng loob nyo. No, I'm just kidding. What I mean is, we're now open for Q&A. Last year, may student dito, feel ko nakabalik na siya ng Canada. Gusto daw niyang mangyari is magkaroon ng isang lecture kung paano niya ina-navigate yung buong exam from beginning to end. Apparently, we don't have that. But I'm not closing doors. Gets ko naman na may mga taong hindi pa ganun kagamay yung computer-based test kasi nga, di naman nga siya ganun kadaling i-achieve or i-familiarize yung sarili right away. Pero yun nga, tatry namin if we can come up with a lecture like that. But I'm not promising. I don't want to promise yet kasi baka hindi din naman namin magawa. Pero kayo ba? Hirap ba kayo sa part na yun or hindi naman? No, right? Yeah. So, depende pa rin talaga yun sa student if gusto nila or hindi. Okay, questions? Tomorrow, I think the one-on-one speaking mock test will be conducted by Sir Kevin. He's gonna be here. So, make sure that you get your slots. Pero kung wala na kayong time bukas, we can have it done now. Yeah. Speaking mock test, it's just gonna be a 15-minute session. You're in? Okay. How about you, Eunice? All right. John? Okay. I'm not gonna pressure you. I'm not gonna pressure you, but I'm going to track your records, guys. So for those of you na nasa Zoom, Kung nasa malapit lang naman kayo at gusto niyong humabol, come on, let's have our mock test now. After ni Eunice and ni,
Ngayon po ba? May pasok po ako.
what time?
12 po.
Saan? Ah, so you have to leave now.
Bukas ka na. Oo.
Okay. Sige, 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 sige. And si ano na lang. Ano nga ulit name? Ethel, yes, Ethel. All right. For those of you na nasa Zoom, I will end the meeting now and I'll see you guys again within the week.